UFC 290 main event.
Oh shit.
We got Jalen Turner versus Dan Hooker in the main event.
Here we go again.
No, I'm joking. We got Alexander the Great Volkanovski versus Yair Rodriguez for the title.
What a guy.
Yeah, it's champion versus champion, I guess, because Yair is the interim champion.
That's how they sell it. But let's be real. Is it really?
Yeah, let's look at the odds. I think Yair is a 3-1 underdog.
Really?
Which is probably fair. It's probably fair.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's look at their last few fights. Yair's coming off the interim title belt win over Josh Emmett. It was a submission triangle choke, and then obviously he beat Brian Ortega in a shitty way. Before that, he lost to Max, but it was a very close fight. He only lost by 1 round. Alex is coming off one of the best winning streaks. Well, no, he's not anymore.
And he's coming off the best loss in UFC history.
It's the best loss in UFC history, He, I even forgot he lost that. That's how mad it was.
Quick little fun game. That loss, what wins is it better than?
It's better.
In recent times.
Better than Derek Lewis beating Ngannou.
Better than Aljamain Sterling beating Jan the first time.
Yeah.
It's funny how a loss can be worth more.
It's a good loss.
Yeah, it's a great loss.
It was a good loss because some people thought he won.
Yeah.
And also he's not out of the running. He could get another shot against Islam Makhachev. But yeah, man, how do you see that fight going between Yair and Alex?
Blood everywhere.
You think?
Yeah.
You think it's going to be a war?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's going to be one of those fights where Volkanovski wins basically every round.
Yeah.
But God help both of them.
Oh, okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's going to be rough, but Volkanovski is going to do more.
Yeah.
I think Yair's probably going to work in burst against Volkanovski.
Yeah.
Whereas we know Volkanovski is just going to be in his face the entire time, stepping in and out of range like the master that he is.
So you think it's going to be like Alex versus Brian Ortega? Like a war, but Alex clearly won.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think Alex will lose a bit more of himself in this fight than he did against Ortega.
Yeah, because he's getting older now, and Yair is in his prime. I think Volkanovski's going to win.
Yes.
I think Volkanovski will probably win by decision. But you can't count a guy like Yair out because no one has intention like him when it comes to throwing strikes. Like, who's going to think in the last second of a fight versus Korean Zombie, I'm going to just do some weird inverted elbow and catch him in the last second?
I can't even fathom that as an option.
Like, who does that shit? So,
have we all decided that he definitely meant that?
I don't know.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because how can you even...
Yeah.
We got a copyright strike for trying to show that.
Oh, yeah, let's not do that.
Yeah, I nearly was going to say, let's show Lucas, but last time we did that, we got a copyright strike.
So basically, like even against Josh Emmett, the shit he was throwing, the kicks, and then on the ground, he's also good too. He's an exciting guy.
This fight will be a celebration of violence.
Yeah.
It's going to be two skilled animals doing very bad things to each other.
That's the other thing. Is it Mexico's time? Because Mexico has been on a hot streak, man.
You see, that's a nice sentiment.
Yeah.
But is it really Mexico's time?
I don't
know what I mean? Like,
could be. We got what's his name? Moreno. And then we got Grasso.
How long's that going to last? That should be Shevchenko again. That got announced today, by the way.
Okay.
Mexican Independence Day. Yeah, I think this is going to be one of those fights where Yair's going to lose, but it's not going to do anything for his bad to his stock.
Yeah.
I think people are going to come. It's like when Josh Emmett loses, we still love him. Obviously, Yair, I think, is much more skilled.
The one bad thing I can think of Yair is when he lost to Frankie Edgar, and Frankie Edgar just broke him. But that was early on in his career. And I think Alex does have that capability to break a guy like that. But then again, that was an old Yair. And, Yair now is looking really good. So I think, I think it's going to be Alex win. But, Yair's going to look good.
I think after round 3...
Yeah.
Yair's going to be feeling the pace and he's going to be looking for a big shot.
Yeah. And, you can't even count him out in that situation.
No, you can't. You can't, but Volkanovski is a highly skilled operator.
Yeah.
How amazing would it be if Yair just won by some freaky triangle?
I mean, he could.
In the last second.
He could.
Like Anderson versus Chael.
The thing is, some people would say that if Ortega couldn't submit Volk, then how is Yair gonna do it?
Yeah, but life's not that simple.
Life's not that simple.
Yeah.
Yair could just have a better position. You know, Yair could do it. He submitted Josh Emmett, so it's possible. Everything's possible in the UFC.
I still remember looking at Volkanovski's face.
Yeah.
When Ortega had the choking. And you could see, like, you could see in his face, he was like, you know, when your mum's beating you, but you don't want to cry.
Yeah.
Like, he had that look on his face, like, I'm not gonna break.
Volkanovski's a tough guy, man. Like, Volkanovski's amazing. Like, I didn't really like him at the start because I thought he was a little bit boring. But what he's done in the sport, he's going to go down as one of the greatest, man. Because he's had one of the best runs at featherweight. He had a really close fight against the lightweight champion. And he still might win that fight in the future. Who knows? And yeah, he closed the trilogy on Max. Like, he beat Max. He's beaten Ortega. He's beaten Zombie. Everyone that's come his way, he's beaten them.
I think it's probably best for the division if Yair wins.
Yeah.
In the long term.
Yeah.
We get to a position every now and then in the UFC where one guy monopolizes a division.
Yeah.
And kind of turns it into a dry, barren land, like Izzy's done with middleweight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think something needs to give there. Here's a question for you. Let's say Volkanovski loses. Does he rematch Yair, or do you reckon he just packs it in at featherweight, calls the LDL, and just moves up to lightweight?
I think he's going to rematch Yair.
Yeah. Volkanovski's not the type of guy where he just packs it in and goes,
he's going to rematch. He's going to do the rematch.
And also, I think he had to rematch Holloway 2 times.
Yeah.
So just from a salty perspective, he ain't going to be like, well, fine, because I had to give all these other twats rematches, so I should get my rematch.
Yeah.
I think that's how he feels about Makhachev as well.
Yeah,
How comes Holloway gets all the rematches he wanted and I
yeah.
don't? Who's a bigger star now, Volkanovski or Holloway? I'd say Volkanovski's probably the bigger star now.
Maybe. It depends where you look at it.
Yeah. I mean,
social media, I think Max has got him.
Volkanovski's got a whole country behind him.
Yeah.
I know he's got Hawaii behind him, but that's just a whole big state, really. Yeah, I think Volkanovski's probably the bigger star
also,
now.
being champion helps because you can headline pay-per-views, but Max doesn't really have that luxury.
Over the last few years, Volkanovski's really gotten to show us his personality.
Yeah.
Because no one really liked him. And then he started going on podcasts, and then he started doing this cooking thing.
Yeah.
And then we realized, he's literally like
and also
one of the boys.
In the cage as well, the antics he does, like against Makhachev doing all the taunting and stuff.
Or like jabbing Holloway and going, woo, too fast.
Yeah.
Like, who gets to do that to Holloway, man?
I know. Volkanovski's amazing.
It just, there's every now, that David Goggins saying, unordinary amongst unordinary people. Think about what Holloway did to Calvin Kattar.
Yeah.
And then Volkanovski did the same thing to
Holloway.
So what's the difference between Volk and Calvin Kattar?
Oh, yeah.
And imagine having to fight Calvin Kattar.
Yeah.
He would murder you.
That's another thing. Max and Yair had a pretty close fight.
Yeah.
It was, Max clearly won, but it was 3-2. It wasn't like a, 50-45.
I think Yair's like that, but I think Yair now is at the position of his career. It's a long day for anyone.
Yeah.
Anyone.
Yeah.
Like, he's a slippery guy.
He's a really good story, man, because he was from the Ultimate Fighter, the Mexico one.
Yeah.
And he worked his way up. He lost to Frankie.
Had some adversity.
He got cut from the UFC because he wouldn't take the Zabit fight. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, then he came back, and where's Zabit now? And then he is fighting for the belt. So